So today I'm fishing a completely different river, never fished it before, and I'm going to be targeting grayling on the CENTREPIN float fishing, and it's a lovely cold winter's day. Don't know what the river's looking like. It's probably going to be a little bit higher than what I'd like, maybe with a bit of colour in it, but we'll give it a go. And it's always exciting trying a new river. It can either make or break you at times, but we'll give it a go. I can really feel the cold on my hands already. Still a lot of ice on this path which I'm slipping on. I think today is going to be a day where I'm going to have to use my new gloves. I did use them last time I went fishing when I was trotting for grayling on the pin, and it was a little bit annoying. I don't think you could have the best pair of gloves in the world, but I just think they're always going to cause more tangles, and you just don't have as much dexterity, and you can't feel the line as well, or at all. They are fingerless. They're like these trigger gloves for hunting, so they do allow you to have your index and thumb exposed, but we'll have to see how it goes. I do think it adds more complications, but it's either that or a very short session or a shorter session, and that might be that extra hour with the gloves on, might be the hour where you catch something special. So I've literally been here like 5 minutes, second cast down, hooked into a really decent grayling, and unfortunately my line snapped. It was my hook length. I was fishing a 1 pound 12 ounce, I think 0.08, which is lighter than I usually go for grayling, but it's just so clear, so shallow. I thought I'd go a bit lighter. Anyway, big mistake. So I've gone back up to what I usually use, which is like a 3 pound bottom, and hopefully that'll have a bit more power, because that was a really good fish. It snapped at the surface, it came up, it rolled on the surface like a big male, and off it goes. Anyway, fisherman's tale, need to actually get one. I'm just fishing off the rod tip, keeping things under tight control. There's a really nice pool at the back, which I might have a go at later on. But for now, I'm just going to keep things simple and just fish off the rod tip. But where my float is now is where I got the bite, about there. So hopefully there's some more there, shoaled up. Nothing on that run. I forgot my mic again, which I'm really annoyed about, especially when I'm not getting out fishing much at the moment. I really should have all my kit with me, so apologies if the audio's really poor. Okay, so we're in. That did take quite a few more casts, but the float went in the same place as where the last one was hooked, and unfortunately lost. But this is putting some bend in the rod, this one, so I think it's another good fish. Oh aye. Oh aye, that's a good fish. And what I don't want to do is bully this too much. And these are only 18s that I'm using today. I always start small and work my way up. I did change to a 16 on the last session because I was losing fish. But these 18s have got a bit of a wider gape on them. This fish is holding. This will be a good fish if I can land it. Wow. Wow. This doesn't look like a grayling. This is a big fish, but I don't know what it is. Might be a chub. It's a big old chub. Not going to bother weighing it, but it's a decent fish. Let's have a look. So, it's probably, I would imagine this is less than 3 actually. It's a good fish. It's a beautiful chub. Not caught a chub in ages as I've been targeting the grayling, but that is a lovely fish. Really good condition as well. What a gorgeous, gorgeous fish. I'm going to get it back because I'm desperate to catch some grayling, but a really good start to the session. I don't want to catch any more of these though. Alright, let's get him back. So just to show you the setup, similar to last time, but I've got a 5 number 4, number 1 Spessy stick, Dave Harrell float, really good for the shallow clear water like this. And then I've just got a number 4 down to a micro swivel, which basically acts as a small shot, down to a number 8, and then an 18 hook with double maggot on. Really, really simple. I'm in again. Right at the bottom of the run. I could hardly see the float. Not the best colour tip I've chosen today. It's quite bright. I should have gone for an orange tip. But this feels quite small. I just hope it's not another bloody chub. Otherwise I think I might move. It's a grayling. Lovely stuff. Not a bad stamp at all, really. Now, one big issue I'm getting with this line, and I did get this on my last session, but I just thought if I re-spooled it, it'd be fine. But I've got this £3 line on, which is really light, which is great for presentation, but it keeps on bedding in really badly. So I'm having to like pull the line off the pin, which completely undermines, you know, the benefits of using a pin in the first place. It's causing all kinds of problems. So I think I'm gonna have to take this line off after today and just go up to what I usually use, which is like 4 or 5. But I think it's because it's such a fine diameter that it's bedding in. Every fish you catch, every time you reel in, it's just an absolute nightmare. I mean, this is literally unfishable at the moment. This is so irritating. I'm gonna have to move, I think, and possibly consider using my other pin. I think it's my Sheffield. I hope it's the Sheffield, because I've got a lot of trust in that. So I've moved a little bit further down, mainly because my centre pin stopped working because the line was bedding in so bad, which I'm really annoyed about. But anyway, it's made me get out and warm up a bit, get my gloves on because my hands were dead, and I've gone for the Sheffield pin. Always good to have a spare with you for events like this. So anyway, this swim is looking quite similar. It's only a little bit further down, but hopefully I'll get a much better presentation. Way more confident now with this reel that I know works and this line works. I'm not gonna lie, I am really struggling with the cold today. It's biting. It's got my hands. And I think once your hands go really cold, it kind of gets everywhere else. But yeah, not quite sure how much longer I'm going to fish. I've only been fishing 2 hours. I've had that big chub, big grayling. Lost what was probably a big male grayling from what I could see. When his back came out of the water, that was the first fish that I hooked and lost. So I'm a bit further downstream now. It's a lot more turbulent, there's a lot more movement. There's like a riffle sequence above me and one below. And as you can see in front, there's like a calm bit of water. That's basically what I'm going to trot down. I've used a very simple loop-to-loop connection from my last rig instead of having to set up again because my hands are just too cold. So I've literally bitten off above the rig that I had on the other reel and just loop-to-looped it to this reel, which is really lazy, and I would never ever do that normally because it's just another weakness in the setup. But my fingers are just so cold. Anyway, I need to toughen up and try catch. I was really confident about this swim, and I was right to be, because I've got another lovely fish. Grayling number 2. Happy days. You can see that gorgeous dorsal. Just look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Incredible colours. Absolutely incredible. These will always be my favourite species, without doubt. It involves fishing in some pretty tough conditions. You get to some really nice places, and they're just beautiful. So probably on the last swim of the day now. It's very bright. The sun is very low in the sky. A sort of typical winter sun, low on the horizon. It's making it quite difficult to see the float actually, but there's not much I can do about it. I might put some sunnies on, see if that improves things. But I found a nice riffly section just above where the camera's pointing, and it goes into a bit of a pool. So I'm hoping that this might throw up a last fish of the day. Absolutely nothing again in the last swim. Not had a fish for like nearly an hour. So I've moved again. This is very different, really quite shallow, but calm. After quite a few sort of really turbulent riffle sequences. So I'm hoping that I'm just going to cast at the top of this pool, at like the head of the pool, and I'm just going to trot, which is going to be quite a slow trot, into this shallow pool and see whether I can buy a bite, because it's, I mean, the light's fading now and I've not had a bite in ages, so could do with a fish to lift the spirits. It's so cold now, really quite ridiculous. But I'm going to have to drop the depth on this quite considerably. See what happens. In straight away. Oof. That is kicking. That feels like a grayling. I had a really good feeling about this swim. Oh, that is holding. Look at the rod tip. Yeah, you can feel all the head shakes and the awkward twists that the grayling do to try and shake the hook. They're absolute masters of getting rid of the hooks. What I'm going to do is try and get it upstream of me. So I can get it to just scoop into the net. Easy said than done. Oh my God. It's another £2 grayling. Easily, massive. Right, let's get this out and have a look at it. Absolutely unbelievable. Oh my God, this is a whopping grayling. I've had a real good look at it after giving it a rest. It's a big one. Look at that, really deep fish. Female this time. Got some real girth to it as well. I'll show you how thick it is in a minute, but that is just an absolute beauty. Fantastic fish. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm heading back to the car. It's been a really good day, quite a short session really. But I've had a couple of grayling that were a good pound, and then the one at the end, because I don't have my scales, I can't really call it a 2. I know I always get excited when I land them, and I'm saying monster and easily a 2 or whatever, but it's very awkward to be so sure without the scales. But it was a big fish, pushing 2, let's say. A lovely way to finish the session. I did lose a couple of decent fish. One was a big grayling, a male at the start, and then obviously caught that nice chub as well, which was a few pound in weight. So yeah, it's been a good day, really good day. So time to go to the pub, have a quick swifter and get home. Thanks for watching.